Hello and welcome back. This is my attempt at something a little bit of a mystery. I've got a picture in my head, but I'm not sure whether it's going to work. I'll let you be the judge of that. This was a piece of gnarly, misshapen horse chestnut, which I'm in the process, as you can see, of getting rid of some of the bark and getting it at least round. I decided that the spindle roughing gouge was a bit on the slow side, so I thought I'd try the skew. It was working quite well. Oops. I don't think I'd actually got the tailstock really tight enough to hold it all in place, so we realigned everything and started again. So I thought, instead of the skew chisel, I thought I'd try a bowl gouge instead. So we got there eventually. So this is me making the sizing the tenon for the chuck. I've already had a couple of goes at this, so I'm just skipping through the video, so boring you to death. And this is me just marking my parting off where I like to give myself a little bit of room, not much, but a little bit of room to work away from the chuck and chuck jaws. Now the shape of this was not particularly set in my head. I was just going with what I sort of pictured without having a fully formed picture, but sometimes you've got to try these things and then see what happens. I think this was a 5mm drill. Now this is where things get a little bit interesting, I think so anyway. I've got my indexing jig from a previous video, just about to see it there, and I've got a drill mounted in a holder that holds it, if you like, upside down to drill some angled holes. The angle, I have no idea what it was, and the drill is a Brad Point drill, which actually I thought about it after, I should have thought about it, was actually getting a flat bottom cutter of some kind that just made it a bit easier to get a start in. Depth again is just purely arbitrary. I think I was indexing these 2 pins on the smallest setting. I can't even remember what that is now, to be quite honest. And now I've just sped things up a little bit but I'm showing you exactly the same, so there's the setup a little bit better. Not very clear, I'm afraid. This is the next row down. Like I say, sometimes the drill was being deflected a little bit and it made things a bit more difficult than possibly it could have been. This was just a simple laser cut pattern to hold the drill upside down, and this is me then just readjusting for the final set of holes, and that's it all completed. Looks like a piece of Swiss cheese, I must admit. There's quite a few bits of tear out because unfortunately the wood was quite soft. I decided that because there was a lovely piece of spalted wood there, which this horse chestnut was, I didn't want to paint it all black, so I decided to just paint all the drilled holes. Unfortunately I should have been turning it away from me just to show you could see it better, but there's the final outcome. I have missed and painted a bit more of the wood than I wanted to, but there again I haven't sanded this yet, so that will be this next stage. I started at 120 and went through all the way up to 400 grit. I'm not going to show all the grits. The 120 one was the most important, so I could get as much away from the holes as was possible. I didn't succeed completely, but I did get quite a decent amount of it off. This is the first of 2 coats of sand and sealer. And this is the wood wax 22 going on. Oh, I did find the rag was just breaking up just a little bit, unfortunately. Favourite part, a bit of polishing, bit of a shine after all the hard work. It didn't bring up a super shine, I must admit, but I've found that the horse chestnut, for whatever reason, never seemed to really be a high shine, but sometimes that's not a bad thing. This is me finding bits of wax that have got caught in holes, so I thought I'd better clean them out as much as possible. Back to a paper towel just to try and flick them out or get them out as best as I can. I'm glad I didn't do too many holes. And there it is. I'm still not telling you what it is, but I'm sure you'll guess very soon what it really is. That was a dirty great big knot, which I quite like the look of, and I wasn't about to throw it out just for that. I think this view tends to give it away somewhat what I'm trying to do, but there's quite a bit of smoke around, as you will see in various parts of this, various shots of this, but that's because I actually had to have the door open on the enclosure I've got. This is always a nice bit also, is when everything just drops out of the way. At least you know it's cut through. This one actually cut a lot more out than I was expecting it to, but yeah, it was pretty good. And this is me with the airbrush. Now I was quite surprised how well I managed to finally airbrush. I actually had already airbrushed the green stems on these, and then I was just going back with the other colours. Airbrushing is not my skill at all, but I managed to get without getting it all over the place. I actually managed to get it in just about all the right places without too many of the wrong places for a change, which was quite a refreshing change. So that's one side, and then you turn it over and do again. I have actually sped up this video a little bit. I think this is two times speed, but sorry for the hand getting in the way. I'm trying to show you what I'm doing, but then get a hand in the way. So there you go. See what I mean about being very fragile on this particular design. I did honestly do other colours as well, other than the blue, but I obviously didn't record them. I thought I had done, but I didn't. And now the big reveal. Right, well, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you've stayed the course, and hopefully you've enjoyed it and maybe inspired to attempt something of your own. Any comments? They're more than welcome, good or bad. I will always try to reply to them. So thanks very much for watching. Take care. See you soon. Cheers. Jeff.